Yeah, I mean, knowing just where we're at in the show, we're going to the Eye of the World next episode. I mean, what are sort of our early thoughts of next week, the season finale?
Well, I think actually, you just set it up there when we were talking earlier about Podon Fane and the Dark One. So Faldara will have its own issue with someone sneaking around, who works for an agent of the Dark One, who is looking for something. Now we know there's a great question up here. Why would Fane be following them if they don't have the dagger? I don't know. Did Lan throws the garment over it, and maybe he does have it. Not really sure, but he did follow them. He did track them. He's under orders from the Dark One, I believe, to keep eyes on them. So two things set up here. You've got the issue at Faldara and Tarwin's Gap, where our main cast is going to stay. Moraine and Rand, we can tell they've just entered the Blight, and so they will go to the Eye of the World alone. I think they're going to go there and they're going to have their own battle, and those two are going at it with the Dark One. I think we're going all the way there, and we'll see either the Forsaken or some of the Forsaken, the Green Man. I don't know what all we will see, but there's definitely a battle coming to Tarwin's Gap, and that's just, I mean, if you go off of the Eye of the World, that's what happens. So we'll see everyone gather their forces and say, basically, can anyone here channel? I mean, one Aes Sedai would be a great benefit to their forces. So
Eye of the World prologue next episode. That could be interesting. If
cold
we
open,
do,
you mean?
we
Yeah.
know that Luce Theron has been cast.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome.
So, yeah, I guess where I'm at is I think I agree with you. I think we're going to be in two separate sort of forces here. You're going to have Rand and Moraine go to the Eye of the World. Trollocs and everything come to Tyrant's Gap, right? The whole deal.
Yeah.
We're going to be fighting there. I think it's possible even some reinforcements show up, right? Because remember they said, "Hey, send message that to go find Matt Cawthon." Maybe that was supposed to happen, and then Matt was actually supposed to show up with more Aes Sedai or something, and we have this sort of fight potentially.
Yeah.
We know there's the shot. Remember, it was in one of the, it was like behind the scenes trailer where we see the forces riding. Remember, they're on the beach and there's like a car filming.
Right.
So we know we're gonna get that. Lan could be leading forces there. And then I think we're gonna have Rand and Moraine at the Eye of the World.
Sure.
And I think it's definitely gonna be different because I think whether it's Podon Fane and Balsamon / Ashamael, or they just maybe do something. Remember, because we keep seeing this guy in the dreams with the glowing eyes.
Right.
Or maybe they just sort of blend them even further, just it is Ashamael, and like we go down this route, right? We go down this route of perhaps, I don't know, showing, I don't know. It's something's gonna happen to where you have to build suspense at the Eye of the World to not just make it a fight. Because remember, they keep talking about what if the dragon joins the Dark One?
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. And so yeah, so they're going there. Some folks, we have some comments in here talking about the idea that maybe Lan might try to track, like Nynaeve and Lan might say, okay, we're going after them. We're not letting them go alone. And maybe they do take off through the Blight themselves. His bond with Moraine has been masked, so he can't sense her, can't find her necessarily, but their tracking abilities, maybe they can get there. Also, if they go, I don't think they're going to do this, but to find the Eye of the World in the book, it was need driven. So if you had great need, that was what allowed you to find the Eye of the World. And Moraine says that her need, or their need, was greater than any other need in the world at that time. Like they needed to get there more than anything. And so that's what allows them to find the Eye of the World. I don't know if Lan or Nynaeve might go down that path or hear something more about it from some of the legend or the lore there in Faldara. But that would be interesting if they did go after them. I kind of think they're going to stay put, but again, what they might attempt to like leave and say, hey, we're going to go, and then they're cut off. I think their intent will be to go there, but they're cut off, or there's a disturbance in or around the city. So
Yeah, here we go. I thought the pick of Rand with the baby was going to be a Shamael tempting Rand of what could be, but it was Min, so maybe I was wrong.
yeah, I mean,
Oh no,
that was
I that could be possible too, showing him a potential life.
yeah. Someone said that it was Min when she was looking at Rand and the baby was there, that it was the baby that Moraine was looking for, the child that they
Mhm.
all were searching for that was representative of him being the baby or the child that Katara foretold of. Yeah.
Right. They remember Min did say 3 beautiful women.
Yes, she
So
did. Yes,
we
she
that's
did.
something we've been talking about, and I think we talked about it yesterday a little bit in our we were doing a live hangout yesterday as well, and we were that's one of the things we were talking about was the potential of Rand's lovers, whether they end up getting married or not, or I don't know even if the show's going to go down there. I think he's just going to have love interests, and it's just going to be what it is. But they're definitely, I believe, nope, we're doing that.
Hmm. Yeah, which is cool. There was a lot of joking going on. There was a reference to the circus chapters, a
Oh my
menagerie.
god.
It was there. The references were there, and we've been making a lot of jokes about it, like it's something they could cut. But it seems like Min foresaw it, so we will see. Although Rand's not really around that, it's kind of funny that maybe of the beautiful women that are around him, one of them will be, and so that was kind of fascinating. Um,
Yeah, let me see. People are talking about it. Loose Theron a little bit here. We do know Loose Theron has been cast. I think it's going to be explained. I think next episode we will get that. We will get some of the Eliana,
yeah, yeah.
chapter just because Moraine and Rand are gonna have to, she's gonna have to tell him stuff. I think he's gonna ask who about the dragon, and she's gonna
Hmm.
give him the backstory. We'll do a little bit of a lore dump there.
Right, right. And even if he does, you talked about earlier the idea that the Dark One might try to convince or bring Rand or the dragon over to his side. He could also shed some light on that or talk about it. So Moraine could on the way, and then the Dark One distorts it and gives him maybe a different vision or speaks to just Luce Theron. And that would send a chill down your spine, right? If he speaks not to Rand, but to Luce Theron, and all of a sudden you have that going on. So
So let's dive in. Let's dive into some of the comments here. What everyone was thinking. You guys just leave us comments. Let us know what you guys what you guys thought of the episode. What was your favorite part? Because there's just so much to break down, and then kind of like what do you think is going to happen next week? A lot of people are saying Loose Theron definitely happening next week. I was hoping we'd get to see the Flame of the Void, right? We did. Also, I got my hope up to see the Void and the Flame in action when he was using the bow. I think they kind of teased that a little bit. I
oh,
mean, just because he's like focusing in while he was doing it.
the music kicks in when he does that. I mean, all of a sudden the revelations are hitting. Like I told you before, right? When he was first shooting at the target, I was like, he's hitting the red. What's he doing? He's hitting
Right.
the red. I mean, come on. Like they always in the books talk about the competition, their bowmanship, Two Rivers longbows, all that kind of stuff. And he was hitting red. And then he seeks the void. Like it's implied, it's there. You can you can infer that he was in the zone, and he starts hitting the yellow mark, the bullseye. And I was like, holy smokes. I got chills all over. I was like, oh my God. And he starts recalling event after event after event. And I was like, and then boom, like Matt, the arrow would come back and then bam, he'd have a memory. He'd hit another one, bam, memory, bam, memory. I was like, oh my God, he's letting it all out. It's great.
Are we gonna see the Horn of Valir?
I think
Are
so.
we going to get stuff at? Are we going to get a dragon banner and perhaps this Horn of Valir and stuff at the Eye of the World?
Even if they don't mention it and they just pull it out of some chest or it's something that
He
is brought back, yeah, that'd be cool.
he opens some chest that he finds there, and it's just got a bunch of different stuff in it.
The dragon's banner and the horn of Valir. I mean, important objects.
Right.
The Sidene pool. Um, yeah, I don't know if we're going to see it or not, but I sure as heck hope we do. It also they could do the horn a whole different way and actually have an actual hunt for it and find it.
Right. They need to go over the prophecy for the dragon. If you're not a book reader, you will be confused as to why it's important that he was born on the slope of Dragon Mount. Yeah. They said, I'm trying to remember. I don't think they've actually talked about Dragon Mount this season. Rand looked at it, was like that mountain looks familiar, but I don't believe they've said the significance of it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I know they've mentioned the dragon, the original dragon, and what the kind of his shortcomings. But did I don't and help me out in the comments, guys, if they actually mentioned his, you know, him being on Dragon Mount and summoning the power and basically creating it. I mean, it's I don't know if that's going to be mentioned. It needs to be explained, though. I agree with that comment.